Good morning, folks. It's 9:35 a.m. on the 13th day, 6th month, 2023. And the endless booming and plumbing is continuing on. Very well evidenced in here, wherever you want to look. You want to look at the storm that's moving south, it says, hi, boom, boom. And do two direction change here early once. This one here. Or do you want to look at the explosions over here off this part of what's that, New Plymouth and all that here? Just a pluming out, or do you got a factory just steaming away? Pow, pow, pow. I'm controlling the weather. I have that question. So it's going that way too. How many directions of flow you got here? Crazy, crazy flows of weather. Because the natural wind is should be coming that direction. This thing's going north against it. Oh, wait a minute. There's some jets there. Did you see him? See the Dutch as I stop it? That's your booming and the plumings. Look what they're doing to you right now, New Zealand. Here, I'm going to start with you guys. Yes, there's always a place in my heart after the land of the long ass freaking Canberra trail. Yeah, all the time. Not just every day. Look, Hawks. Boom, 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 boom. Plum right there, right in front of you here. It's the triple shadow there. These square edge stars, not puffy white clouds. Like Bob Ross must be turning his grade. They're probably redoing all his paintings for movie shows. Something. Because we're going to notice. They're going to know. They'll never notice. They're going to know. You can't glue together a lamp that's lit from the inside of where you're gluing and us not see it. Not seeing. N-O-T-S-E-E-I-N-G. Or to not see. N-O-T-S-E. And if we are Nazis, because we don't choose to admit what's going on before our eyes, see in the parentheses, Canberra in parentheses, the booming and the pluming out here, high cascading all these different directions like a freaking hydra in the sky. Look at that shit. Or do you have a fly-in team doing a special formation flowers? Because I've seen the Red Hours do a fantastic job with that. God did love their team. Blue Angels got that. They're the best. But their four-man flying diamond that I watch them do is one of the best formations I've ever seen. But the Turkish eight-man star, that is a fit. That's brilliant to watch. Nobody wouldn't argue that. But the Blue Angels, their ground team even, I bet they hold their farts. Just disciplining it. All right, here's some more Canberra. Oh, the spooky mask right here. 50 Shades of Grey. Ooh, I'm no boogeyman. Bombing to you, man. Boom. I had a laugh today. I heard the name Soggy Bottom Boys, and I was thinking of Joe Biden's underwear. And he's a Soggy Bottom Boy, and then there's some kind of a term called a Bottom Boy. Oh my God, I started laughing. Hey, look, a swastika. Right off the coast. Do you see it or do you not see it? To see or not to see? That is the question. What do you want to be? The flower of death. With what in the hell going on this way? You got a straddle cruiser up here bombing right from the center. Did you see the triple shot right there? Count it. One chem bomb. Boom, boom. Two chem bombs. You need to count dice. And because we was all wearing garlic. What a bunch of idiots. Well, who owned the garlic they sold? I got extra garlic, let's sell it. Hey, I eat lots of garlic. You'll smell it. Ooh, plume that one there. Look. That one caught my eye. Crisscross with a triangle pointing toward the dead center where all the shit seems to be pointing, eh? It's like a finger pointing in the city center toward the Masonic Hall on the statue. Go over here. Look at the statuary in your town. Look at the hands. And where are they pointing? Is it the courthouse? Is it the police station? Is it the local pub that you give the business to? Look at the plume here. Wow, that's a big pop-off. 1, 2, 3 shots there. It's all pointing towards something. Do you see it? I put it right in the center there for you. Right up the old wazoo, they're giving it to you there in New Zealand. Look at this. Continuous saturation of the sky through Kimbrams. Let's get it back there too. Let's see, that was at 5:10 a.m. my time. But that was an hour. That was 4 hours and 30 minutes ago. Good, I get up early. See it all. Every one of them is point right at it. These are chem bombs. This is artillery method. This is on a very, very high atmosphere. This is higher than them little planes you guys are worried about. And that's balloons. That's a loony bin. Project Loon. Overture. Boom tonight. They will get no moonlight. And as they're in the clubs rehearsing and rehearsing their parts, and the hearse is outside parked. Cambon plumed every night. I wish I could see the moon and the stars. What a delight. And from your mouth I hear cricket, cricket, fucking crickets. Enjoy your farmless future where the cows no longer go moo, and where the crickets you'll chew. And well, how do you milk a cockroach, Greg? Alright, here's your lines here. You get a really bad situation developing. I'm going to go right to the dangerousnesses of it. And it's up in the northern parts here, so I'm going to put on some of the nitty-gritty cities here. This line here, like I said the other day, there's going to be a line 2 double that's going to come over. It's going to move very quickly, and I see this storm as being tornadic. Okay, so I'm going to roll it now. And this was 43 minutes ago, and this top part of the storm is a huge concern. As it comes over the mountains and releases on the plain, there's going to be a pressure release from the storm, because it's being constricted, which will suddenly be high into low. And it'll spin that worse, and she should spit into this one here, and I can see tornadic conditions developing in the pulse here. So look at the pattern. Boom, boom. It pulses and oscillates and increases in intensity very predictably. And you see boom, 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 spit, 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 energize, squeeze, piezoelectric discharge, static discharges, ions in the air. This radar is absolutely on. Absolutely on. There's no doubt about that. So, Gunda Windy is frying your ashes again, and this is a very dangerous cell. And if you're in the line and pest these stores, or have friends or anybody that is, please contact them immediately. Because when this one hits that cell here that's been chem-bombed behind it, and it has been, and I'm going to show you now, it's going to spit some of its energy into that as well. The interaction of this spinning will get that edge of that one spinning, right shears you right off, it causes a secondary height to form and spits the other one right to the north part. This part here will then grow in intensity. Right, and as this one gets swallowed into that, it's going to consume its chem, its hail, its ice into itself, and a lot of it's going to drop. So just south of this town here, Barrett Dean, you're fucked. You get a very dangerous situation developing here along the A39 into this area here, and this past the storm can be and will be affecting the campers in these national parks over here. So if you know anybody in the low-lying areas, call them immediately and have them look at where they're camping and determine whether they're in a potential flash flooding spot. Right, we can do these things. It's very flat, and some rain from here could flow another direction very quickly, and you never even seen a drip fall on your tent, but it came from somewhere else. And I'm going to show you now the chem bombs that are fueling this. So with that in mind, I'm going to turn some of these off so you can see the Legos that they seem to be all we deserve to see these days. All right, I'm going to roll this now. Look how fast the distance these things are covering. These are very fast-moving, dangerous line. So as I go to the last image here, just do this like this. All right, you see these chem bomb lines here. I'll give you some towns real quick. All right, there's that. Double, Kunamble, Gumbarimbi, La Blah, Bing Bang Bong, Bree Arena. Look at you fragging over here. Right, and so these towns along this line here is very, very dangerous situations developing. And it's been fueled by the chem bomb fleet. Right, as it went through Mudgee. It's all headed towards Scone, Singleton, and all these are of great danger. As Sydney, you're going to have less because all the squeezing of the storm of this beam, see this wedge shape down here? It's all pinning that to the north, oscillating it, boom, boom. But your tendrils hidden in this, 1, 2, 3, 4, being drawn together by the bombs. The percussion waves of each one of the bombs meeting itself will end the condensates itself. See the bombs right here in the center here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're just to the west of Glendale. Glendale, well, Scottish was Scone. Glendale. Give me a Scotch. They always say that name clear. Scotch. Jameson. Coon Amber Brand. How do you like your indigenous having the word coon in it? Coon Amber. Yeah, I can see why some names need changing. At Bathurst, and if you just seen it, so if you're up and there's any kind of lightning show, I want you guys to aim east, take me some shots. I want to see colors of the plasmas created. and to possibly do a determinant of what's been deployed. That is the most obvious chem-band deployment that's fueling a deadly line of storms, and they are. And so get that warning out to people. Share the video if you feel you can, if you give a fuck. Or just get the warning out if I'm so hated by people that using my name prevents my work from being seen. I'm still going to give you a warning. You see how that's curved separate from that? That's going to eat that. That thing here is shockwaving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bombs right there. Forward 10 minutes. Boom, boom. Look how square that one is. Shape charges. Boom. Another chem bomb line. Shooting streamers off in front of it. Foo, foo, foo. With a big old fucking loop on the end. Down here, same. Creating these storms that are going to raise hell across Australia tonight. You guys got problems, and you got some problems going to be coming across here because I see them being sprayed out to sea. It's obviously going to come and impact this area. Come on, that's a crazy line. You ain't supposed to have storms like that. I understood a storm front being a straight line, but when you drive with 3, I look over here and I see a 2. I see the real number of the beast. See that chem bomb right down there? There's a 5 in your sky. The chem in the sky keep on booming. Do you know if you're even gonna be here tomorrow? So do something about it today. Chem in the sky, my skin is burning. Let's make some acid to spray. No, 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 that's wrong. Plume. Plume. While you're on the knees praying to the Lord, I'm on here screaming, crying, stop burning us all with your microwaved asses and your toxic attitudes. This is a bad line of storms being done on YouTube, folks. See the separation of those tendrils? It's easy to see how they cut them with the microwaves. You can use a bomb to force things in predictable directions. Shape charges. It's what cut the tower, Twin Towers down. Shape charges at those angles. Thermite, shape charges, and micro explosives. You better learn that our devilish leaders prayed to the actual devil and then sacrifice you to them. And their numbers are in the skies. And I see their pentagrams or hexagrams in the skies. I see them using Nordic runes. Who you pray to the Israelite? Well, I hope you get what you're praying for. Because me, all I want is oneness. I want nobody to step on the oneness of the plants that need sunlight and give off oxygen to us. It sounds like that's what's wanted. I'd get rid of the things and have something. It needs the carbon dioxide, the plants. It needs sunshine. Okay, so to block the sun is the opposite. And that should be a free solution. What a beautiful thing to fill this forest back up with the eucalyptus and the nut trees and the fruit trees that all the animals used to eat. But it's cheaper for them to burn all the animals out than replace it with board feet of wood like they did in Noosa. Kind of pine that wasn't ever there. You got indigenous pines that need to go back. That actually nurture. They're very healthy for us, pine products. Poof, poof. It's not healthy for Morgellons. You're walking through a pine forest, your feet start breaking out. You got to detox Morgellon fibers at your body. They don't like that stuff. They don't like that pine. Boom, boom. See it? See the oscillation? So that's how you could time when to storm. You can move it along your hand. Boom, 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 boom. It's absolutely going to kick it down when it gets to here at this crossroad. It's perfectly timed, that oscillation, to hit this crossroad with maximum damage just after it leaves the mountains into a plain. So you guys get ready. You're going to have a problem. It's very well coming straight to the top of you over there at Mulaney, and that would also put you at risk over here in Curl Lewis over here at a key railroad junction. They could take a shortcut right away from there to another place. My, I see the agenda bearers' goals for greed quite evident in front of me right here. It's a possible rabbit hole solution. It's a compelling reason. Now I'm going to go talk about this terribleness that's about to impact Pakistan. Right, I'm going back yesterday. to show you some of the elongations that are going on here of the big squeeze. And then you're going to cover your eyes a minute while I load up the Mimic TPW, and I'm going to have a glance out here into the ocean. Go down here a bit. You come up to the corner. Alright, I want global, and I want a time span of 120 hours. I'm going to go over 4 days of imagery and show you how they elongated, moved, and aimed this storm over here in the Indian Ocean between Arabia's, and how India protected itself. It forced it in, and how they're going to use some of the water from it. You see how that's moving that way? Let me get you front and center here. I need the controls. Hey, you gotta go a little less. Yeah, I'm actually gonna change domains here. But some of the moves that happen are happening way up here. Big heart blasts over the top of the polar regions to help pin this down here, so that the storm that came through the valleys over here wiped out the food supply, come out to meet it here while this is coming in. And when that water's trying to go out to sea, and these people are gonna have a big problem. And it's on my mind. Look how it's wobbling all the straits in this. Look how the square in the top. Boom. Did you see that hit there? Right, I'm going to go into the Indian Ocean one. See if we can get this on here. Mid-latitude, Western Europe, South America, mid-latitudes. So hard this is to get Indian Ocean. Alright. I want my controls on this one, so I'm going to go down a bit, so we can go over the moving of a storm using large heated outflows of energy. I just want control. Fucking bastard. Figures. You're gonna go smaller. Alright, here it is. Alright. Controls. Alright. This is on looks to be the 8th. So I'm going to go over here and set this on the 8th. And we're going to look at this image. Right there, this center. Now, that is not a round storm. It's got an angle here, an angle here, and a front line here. You hold that line, right, and sweep it slowly in the direction you want this to creep. You sweep that one, same. So it'll move up in a block. And you make a wall down here so it can't come further over this way. Because when you're squeezing here like a pimple, she's wanting to come out. So they left the squeeze opening right here, right, for this to slowly walk out that site. So we go over here to the fort. I'm going to turn this off, man. It might clear the images out. Because I'm no longer going to use those for today. I'll reload Windy with your forecast. I got cache browsing. Look at all the chem they got over here, over the south of India here on the 8th. Over these towns here. I'm not going to try. Here, gosh, that look like a menu item. Alright, Salem, look at the witch hunt for you. My God, look at the chemtrails over the top of India. It's a crime scene. Here's your chem bombs, and there's proof of editing out of the feed. The Nazi of it all. The Nazi society. Cuddler. Or you want to cuddle? I want to go cuddler. Nobody wants to cuddle the weatherman. Weatherman came on plumes. The bottom boy is in the White House, and it's soggy. This soggy bottom boy, and we're the ones in Casey sorrows in a chem-bombed haze. Boom, 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 plume. Right out here in the Indian Ocean. So we had to move here on the fort. So I'm gonna, oh man, did I just undo my doings? Alright, I'm gonna do it again. I'm tired of doing weather. Catching crap for it. Right, I'm gonna reload that. And let's put this back in, right there, ought to do it. Right, you got a beam hitting that site. You got a beam, man. I'm gonna go back a frame here. See the line come through here? See the lines come through here? Right, we're back here to, I want the 8th. I'm looking up here at the date. Or 4 days ago. regardless. I do this. I was wondering why it wasn't going right. It's already loaded. It wasn't the same screen I started with. Right, back here. Boom. Back onto base. Right. It would have been about this time of day or so when that happened. So we got the open portal here. We get a shave and a shave. Right? And we jump up an hour. What's the difference between there? 3-hour jumps. See the square form to that? Right? It's kind of matching this weird shape. Now I'm going to go over here to the 9th. Alright, we get a weird egg here. Right, this is strange. So if they block this in, it's going to force it more out into the bay into this direction. If the sweep goes this way, it's a shover. If we move all the beams at once, it keeps this shape and just moves in a lateral flow. Okay, so let's have P. We'll go back to the 9th here. Alright, we switch days. And she's pinned. She's pinned in the weird shape in the microwaves. Then just move the beam, squared it back, centered it, and it's got a wedge here. You just move that right along. Seen such square formations in storms ever before? As we go through the 9th into the 10th. Now on that day of the 10th, we had, let's have a further look at now on the 9th. So we had a lot of microwave evidence here coming off the Arabian Peninsula that came to meet it, right? Some people would say that's a gravity wave, and I see that's an unproven theory. And I could prove it's an unproven theory because NASA discovered it, said it was a theory, then NASA debunked itself, and then says that there's an actual cycle to the ozone hole that comes on in that. And gravity waves have also been the same. Proven, disproven, it's just not. When they say a general consensus, it means the guys that sit at our cool table say this. And to me, that's not science. Science means you tell me something, I can go do this at home and reproduce exactly what you say. Right, like that weather I do. You do this yourself, I told you how, and you definitely know what I'm saying is correct. See the boom boom plumes out here feeding this storm with all different catalysts, blocking sunlight. Maybe keeping the rain from people here that could have had it. Weird shape for a cyclone. And we go on to the 10th. Absolute combination over the Arabian Peninsula, right off the shore. Gravity wave pinning from another direction. See, using the flows of a pulse. There's a big devices out here that could do this, not just ships at sea. And while a lot of this stuff on the maps here, if it's military, it's absolutely blanked out. And they've got a microwave block over here to prevent any flow from coming in this direction. That's absolutely sure. I've shown that in New Zealand many times. Look at that eddy in there. Up jump the beast with the 666. How much more can I make my point? Go there and find that image. You can get it yourself. I hate having to see those things. These are not naturally occurring cloud formations. Every which fucking direction of the wind is going on the same level of the atmosphere. It's just an impossibility. It's a result of my intelligence. Yeah, I'm not going to buy your lie, you gaslighting governments. People, the government's a corporation that wants money for a fund that they say is for climate change, and clearly I'm watching the climate being changed by the boom boom plumes. It ain't a snail. It's not short. It's quite long. It ain't a little cloud there of all this bunches of crap. Let's get at a quick measure. It's 16-mile long crap. A 16 kilometer, what is that, about 8 miles? 7.5? 10. They give you need to be 10.5. Right up the old Mother Earth size wazoo there, right? Mother Earth's got a wazoo. And I bet you we're getting right on her wazoo. Look at that. Hey, look at a bug with his wings standing out. He's giving us all the finger. What a fucking shame. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Pakistan, you guys are in deep trouble. Right, we've got a microwave aiming corridor from here to here. The flow line is here for the drawing into the storm. The top feed to be drawn in, I need to see the 11th now. We got some sand that's been added to the chem mix for this. That's free particulates. I keep telling you, make a breeze, get particulate. Dust was as our particulates that raindrops would naturally form on. Right, well, here's some dust. Was it man-made and it drove it in? I don't see any initial microwaving that would indicate that there. I know the cold flows from the mountains and the evaporative effect of the rains cool has definitely caused some big problems as this water's coming through and down. You guys got big trouble. Big trouble. All right, let's look now at the 11th. Move this along. Okay, so look at the beam there. Just hit the whole storm. Now you can move it all at once. If they hit the center right there, the storm dies. And we got one of those Nagizis, man. Point this sucker right there and drop that rain. I think, don't tread on me. My Metallica plugged into your harmonizer should do the job. Don't try to. Boom, boom, boom. A microwave L right there. See it? Boom, boom. There's, you got a ship. Emanation beam there. And now starting another tendril of moisture down there of flow. And that was on the 10th, 6 in the morning. It's still panning. Well documented. You got a second ship that's here, either in the sky, like one of those radar planes. Right, backwards jumped. I want to see this. On and off, yep. Blowed out the moisture, sudden inflow. Yeah, we'll explain that look. But the hazed it all out so much, there's nothing to see there, folks. But when you zoom back, you can see the rectangular shape. You can see the streamers of chem right here. You can see there's something wicked your way's coming. Right toward Clyde. Was that Bugs Bunny taking the tour? Is that Albuquerque out there? No. It's circle jerkies having a fucking Bukkake party right over the Indian Ocean. Booming and a plumbing and a spraying where they want. Boom, 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 there. How much more proof do you guys want? How many more days of torturous weather must we endure while our Mother Earth is tortured? And here's your last image that I got. I just did a 2-day jump. This is horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. You would do a jump. Beam comes up, it shoots up from over here. See it? Comes on down there. Pusher. The pusher comes in, straight line down south, aiming it right into Pakistan. Even the tendrils pointing at the fucking beam. They working it right into Pakistan. Look, they got a cut move here that'll cause the circulation to slow down in the front, so the back side of it whams it in as a harder tendril. They're bringing it ashore right here along this lane. See this straight lane? Right to that site, right on the river. This is a direct hit. This is weather warfare right before your eyes. I can't prove it any more than that. They're going to kill some people like here. They got some big plans, and you're not in it. Fuck the big club. They got plans that we're not in. And well, fuck that shit. I got plans, and they're not in it. Now I'm going to show you what's going to happen. And then I'll do the weather roll for Australia. You poor folks. I'm not going to do every minute of this one. 3-hour jumps. She follows that beam line, collecting all the chem and the moisture. This is wind. This is the wind line. This wind line is deadly. It's not a little bit of time that this is going to be existing. This is about to get really kick up when that low crunches to shore. It's going to kick right on up, and she'll be a high category when she hits. I'm not going to go hunting around, but if I'm going to check, I have to go to 10,000 feet, right, which is 3,000 meters. Isn't it? Right there. All right, these are the official winds that'll be used to categorize the storms. It's always done at 10,000 feet. Right there, you're 63, your hurricane. That's not hurricane strength. You got to see above 73. So you're at just below full tropical cyclone category 1 predicted there. So we might as well just say that you got a category 1 coming, because it's all the dynamics are there, and I think they're holding the winds down. GFS says it's much fucking worse, much fucking harder, in another day before it hits 100 ton miles an hour. and these outer winds impacting this part of the country here is going to be like the finger of God, and then the fingernail comes down and drags your house away. If you've got shacks and stuff over here in Aliyah and all that, uh, batten down the hatches, bring in the lawn furniture, make sure your pets and plants are safe. And mashallah. Yeah, for everybody who understands what that means, it means you're going to be what it's going to be, man. And God be on your side. 95-mile-an-hour on the backwind. This is a deadly storm. And this is before it hems up all the water and before this tide tries to bring it out. And the water's going to flood through here. That's the site. If it doesn't hit an outlet here, if any debris hems up down here, or shit happens over here near this bridge, you guys have a big problem. Imagine it's going to overrun this entire area to try to find its way out to sea. So all these tributaries are now in danger, including their ports and whatever crabs and goods happen to be stored upon them, because this is a main artery for bringing goods to the Indian Ocean, and is now about to have a direct hit and impact upon the seem to be targeted country of Pakistan. And the poor folks over there didn't do nothing wrong to me. We bombed them and they got called terrorists. How many countries bombed them? Russia and all that. Everybody seems to want something there. I just want them to have oneness, man. Just peace. Look at the organization of this. This is so man-made. This is so sad. The wind at the time is this. And the rain accumulations at the time that they're expected on the next 3 days alone is extremely high. The storm will have already gone inland by then after it dropped this half a meter of water on these folks here. All these totals along here are going to be made worse by all the totals up here as that shit races its way toward an already swollen streams to kill the dreams. You get a terrible event unfolded. And some of the totals are seen are much higher for further south along this Penis Insula. And I'm more in agreement to that because of the way the beams have guided it in. Straight line, straight up here. The beam line has come across here. There's nowhere else for it to go. It could race right up this spot here as well. And we're going to watch this so closely. Who knows? Maybe the competition owns something here they weren't, because that would be gone. Now move your stuff off these docks. You got problems coming. Secure your containers. And well, put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye sometimes when you got tendrils like this sitting offshore. Still waiting to happen. My God, these poor folks. You don't have the most pleasant totals to show in a lot of countries because all this has been flooding out. Bangladesh flooding out. This is their food bowl. All through here. Terrible tendrils of 400s and 500s have been going across here through where the Yangtze Valley and where the Three Gorges Dam are. So I have a feeling that a lot of people are damned over there. You got a lot of wetness along the Japans over there. And the Korean Peninsula, after all the beans they do, is about to cop something. So it's obviously moving something across this way and up. Because it's caught it on this side but not on the way through. Thailand, yeah, it's still wet. I showed you last night. I'm going to go down here and hit the totals along here on the 10s. It's still, again, it's New Zealand in the sights. What this going to drop today is minor. It's just going to be Haley. And you're going to have some wintertime coming up through your mountains and your Alps over here, Australia. I seen that on the 10s coming too, which is going to add some further cold to the trough. I'm making these storms like you're having tonight much more regular. Okay, so as you're sleeping out there, I'm sure watching you. Because while you're sleeping, the creeper's still creeping, man. And the creeper comes in the form of the chem bombs coming through your window tonight, creating a very dangerous line as I just bring this right on home. So what I'm going to do now is do a zoom back. I'm going to roll you 5 days because I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. Tired of people not playing nice. Alright, you got nothing to show on your weather radar, New Zealand. You might want to say something to them about showing stuff. And this is when your day of interest is happening. So I'm going to take it back to now. Right now. Because there is no tomorrow. Tomorrow is this promise unspoken. And everything becomes to pass. So could you please pass the potatoes? Alright, I'm going to run this now. Let's see, let's take the drama of the particle animation act. And the lightning bolts are churning like diarrhea. The chem bomb's burning. Ow! Sulfuric acid is stronger than the one in your gut. So let's fight this, people. Show you got some guts. Do you love life? Protect that whale. Don't block the sun that is needed for things that eat it. Or we're making their life hell. But making life hell for believers in the devil? Hey, isn't that what they want? They were always at the crossroads. Who's paid for the fare? Not like the man from Nantucket when he pulled out his dick and said, "Suck it." Had it happened. Or the girl from Nantucket whipped out her tits and said, "Suck it." You know, those old pawns. In 1492, the chem bomb had nothing to do. I mean, really. What's the next excuse you're going to believe? If you stick your nose in a catbox and breathe for an hour a day, you'll know what shit smells like. You know, wow, I don't know. You never really knew. It's the new shit. Go check. Oh, look, back in the tendril, back up over toward Fiji. That's going to be a very interesting moment there for them on Friday. Could be a quake inducer. Yeah, a little induction seduction for them. And another patch for Australia there coming on this Saturday. Hi, have it. Would you like to go outside and play? No soup for you, no sun for you. The sun Nazi shows up. No sun for you. Hey, they were in New York City too, weren't they? Yeah, the soup Nazi in the United Nations. Do you not see it yet? Yeah, a lot of action over there along the Fuckatawny region over there, over in the Bay of Plenty Cam. That straight line right there is telling me they're going to be beaming something over down here from Blenheim over here on Saturday to hem that flow as another one comes in, so you're going to have some action from this. So it's kind of hard because I got action coming here and here at the same time because I've been watching the development of what should end up spitting into a decent low. It's going to stream or probably around Port Hedland corridor over there in the coming week. So I'm watching, my head's like spinning around like a bobblehead right now looking at this map. There's so much geoengineering planning going in, plan. Rumblers, they're starting to show some rain now for Hawke's Bay. I don't want you to get any rain ever again, if that's what you want. But personally, I think the trees might have something to say about that. Oh, the big line comes to meet the other one. Higher, and it comes right back to head. His little chem bomb here, claps hands with one over there, pisses it down right back at top of you. Have some fallout in your food. Have some fallout if you're nude. Have some fallout. It's no fun. Have some fallout for your bum. Remember, toilet paper never rips when your ass is wet, and you can't even make one of them that don't rip, but they're going to tell us you're going to fix the planet. There's nothing wrong with this planet if we quit fucking with it. And it's the end of your 10th day, and you get a Greek straight line here, which is telling me that's going to beam, that's going to beam, and that's going to beam, and you guys are going to get so beamed, man, it's like you're in a bug zapper and a fryer, and by then, hey, you've had some action come across the wet the gardens down of Queensland, because they put some snows down there, and they put some cold air in the trough, means you're going to have some dust. Hey, let's have a quick backtrack. Hi there. Yeah, I think he was on a Saturday. Right, then this line came in here, does his spit. Tropics come down. Yeah, you gotta see this. You're gonna get wetnesses. So the creeper from here, it brings the angel of death across. The green gases of the 10 Commandments that we've obviously violated so often. The adultery one alone that runs rampant through some people's activism is disgusting me. Yeah, you better lock that down in your cafe. Oh my god. That's the setup line. So I'll be looking for a big lines of chem coming. Gosh, you guys, they just don't know when they're gonna do you, do you? When they're gonna do you wanna get done. Charlieville, have a lane. Windora, have a lane. Roma, small to come. Broken Hill, get your shit out of the holes. You're gonna have a downpour that day, and it's just gonna come in and give all the dynamics from all this shit in the Arctic. It's gonna come right down on them. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Pippi long stockings. Where the fuck are you talking about chemtrails? Why is this night different from no other night? Because you're eating Afi Coleman and everybody else is paid for it. And right now they're bombing up a line of storms that's impacting my friend's house over here. It has a coalescing, and it is a dangerous line of storms. If you know anybody in the line of this storm, they might want to know that it's happening. to take the measures that are needed, because they are ready and aware, right? Aware, ready, and knowledgeable, as is in our moment. And that fucking fryer going on over Gundawindi is still doing the donut on your ass. And well, if they're paying for it, you eat it, private pile. That is all. Have your piles.